Beloved heart, I invite you to sign up to my mailing list, and as a result of signing up, you will get a free gift. It's a 5D rebalance tune up of all these chakras, and chakras are my specialty. So I would love to gift you with this transmission that is filled with light language and codes to help you stay balanced and tuned up during these increased frequencies of energy of this ascension, this new earth frequency. So check out the links in the notes of this show, and I look forward to connecting with you. I am sending you love. This is the transfiguration of the new you. Beloved heart, welcome back to my podcast. This is Monica Bermudez. In this episode, I want to focus on the throat chakra and the whole rewiring that is occurring right now during these new energies for 2024, these new earth frequencies of expansion of this greater awakening, and why it is that right now we're feeling a lot of focus around the throat chakra. And there's also a lot of involvement with the heart chakra because of the number of accelerated changes, the number of losses, and just things piling up all at once. And it could be losses of many, many areas. So I want to talk a little more about the new energies and what it's doing to us, specifically for these areas, for the throat chakra and also for the heart chakra, and because they're both intertwined. And I do have an episode 7, where I do talk about the throat chakra and how it's been so sabotaged for so long, especially for those who are star seeds and light workers who have been incarnated in many lifetimes. And so check that out to get some more insight, where I share some of my experiences in there, and I elaborate a little more on it as well. And so I'll, also talk about some of my own personal experience that I've been having as well this year with my own throat chakra, with these new energies, and also talk about some of the information and channeling that I was receiving from it that I want to share with you, but also provide some 3 powerful techniques to take away to help you as well maneuver some of these new energies, to get yourself realigned if you feel like you've falling off the wagon or you're going through some weird upgrades or realignment in your body. So the throat chakra itself is a big powerhouse. I always focus on the heart to be the first place because it is like a hub, but it is a hub that interconnects to all the chakras within your own body system. It's like this big sanctum of the sacred space. And so, working on opening that area also will facilitate with some of the other areas in the throat chakra and like the other areas in the other chakra systems. And the other big area is the throat chakra also, because this is one of the major chakras point for the 7 major chakras in your whole body. But of course, we also have a lot of minor chakras too that surround or are around the major chakra points. And the throat chakra has this bluish color, but I also see that it's blended with the color of the heart chakra. So it has a little bit of the green color. And it also has a little bit of the third eye color as well, the indigo type color. And so I see that it can blend when it is in a very healthy state. Those are the colors that are well blended within the throat chakra. And when it is in a much in a space that feels like it's kind of blocked, or if it's in a sick or something like that, or it's illness, like sometimes when we go through certain colds or have certain like allergies to foods and so forth, this can create certain the color can shift into either a darker color or, just it seems like there's spots of little shades of darkness. So what's going on now with these new energies is that it's increasing also the flow of our chakra movement, because the chakras themselves are like these energy wheels. That's how I'm picturing them right now. And so they are moving, when it was in a 3D, third density type frequency of energies, they were pulsating, or they pulsate at a little slower pace, let's just say, a flow of energy. And I'm just being shown this visually right now. And so with these new energies, what's happening is that the vibratory frequency energy is causing it to increase even more and move at a faster pulsating rate. So in order for it to catch up, there's still some of the stagnant energy that may still be stuck in a very subconscious level. And a lot of it can be found in the throat and in the heart chakra, because as starseeds and light workers and those who have, these amazing abilities that we had in so many previous lifetimes, where we may have been a witch, or may have had, be like some kind of alchemist or a wizard, or some other amazing abilities, where we would speak our divine truth out loud and to the public, and we're trying to make a difference in the public during those times. And these were times that were probably very dark periods of time, where a lot of the society was big only on religion. And so anything else outside of religion was considered to be heretic. So any type of abilities that we talk about, like psychic abilities, intuition, and anything else that we may have had, in these past lifetimes, and that when we saw something that was not just and we spoke the truth out loud, we were shut down a lot. And in those moments of being shut down, it really affected our throat chakra a lot. Personally, for me, that was my case, where a lot of this it felt like I kept losing my voice. And this happened to me in 2023 also. And I felt that things were being upgraded and reset. And so right now, like it came back so intensely this year, but it was also very accelerated. And it felt like I just lost my voice. And part of it is because of the food and the sensitivities that I'm having, which is another conversation to have with our bodies being rewired with these new frequencies of energies, that our food intake, it's also going to shift with that too. And so because my vocal cords have always been so sensitive to begin with, they have become even more ultra sensitive. And when I remember though that even with air, when I was going for walks in major cities, for example, like in San Jose, I was out for a run, and all of a sudden I felt that something just, whatever I breathed in, that the air in that moment, I felt that it landed right in one of my vocal cords, and I lost my speech momentarily. And it kind of freaked me out because I didn't know what was going on. And so what I feel is that there was, because of the pollution, like I can't be around certain pollution of air either. And that's how sensitive I am to the quality of air, but also in the food too. So I am, starting to watch more of my own food intake and what my body needs in the moment, and to listen to my body for one. And so with this year is that I lost my voice. So it felt like also like a grief, because it's like any form of loss is a grief. And I just had an episode to discuss this whole thing about grief and loss and how to deal with it. And so I had to really give myself a lot of self-care and a lot of self-love during that time of what felt like a dark period where I couldn't speak, because during the time that when, I launched my podcast last year, and I was going through this flow well, I felt that I was going through this flow rhythm where I feel like I want to be out more in public and speaking more in motivational and inspirational messages to inspire, others, to inspire you, to inspire even myself, and to provide any form of channeling messages in those moments as well. But what the message was, from the universe was to take a pause, take a rest, and have like this mini silent retreat. And so it is okay to go into these really, moments of mini silent retreats in those moments. But at the same time, it gave me this moment of reflection. So it was almost like this mini power outage in myself where, I was having this moment of this self-reflection of me losing my voice and also working energetically on other areas where I felt that were associated with the old earth energy, where in a lot of these past lives where I was clearly, shut down by um, others who didn't want me to speak the truth in these other lifetimes. So that is no longer the case because we are here, star seeds and the great awakeners that I will call you now, because you are an awakener. And so I feel that a lot of people who do suffer a lot from their throat and feel certain adjustments and certain rewiring right now are what I consider to be the great awakeners. And so they're the ones who trigger others to help and assist with a lot of this awakening. And it's an awakening of the soul. It's a form of being able to question certain things in the matrix and in the system that we find ourselves at this time. Because a lot of the way the system was designed from the old earth energy was about surviving in this survival mode. And right now we don't have to be in this survivor mode anymore. It's more of being in alignment with our own soul and our own soul truth and our authenticity. And so our throat chakra is that gateway of that divine expression, but it serves also as this gateway of this median between the upper chakras and also the lower chakras, more specifically, like the heart chakra and the third eye chakra. So when it is in its, very divine expressive form, that's when you see a lot of these blending of these energies also from the other chakra systems as well. So it doesn't mean it doesn't connect to the other chakras within your body system at all. It does too. But I wanted to focus more on these areas because I feel like there is a lot more rewiring going on, especially in the throat chakra and in the heart chakra. Because when we do have grief, we do feel that too within our heart. So having to lose our life in a very traumatic way in past lives because we were trying to speak our divine truth will create this form of grief as well in that moment, right? And so that could have been engraved at a very deeper subconscious level that was so buried within and carry that over into these lifetimes to rewire it, to dismantle it, to dissolve it, not just within ourselves, but also within the collective, because what we do impacts all others around us. And we serve as that model that it's like a role model for others to see, what we're capable of. The throat chakra is also about being brave, being courageous to go out and speak in public. And so if this, and it doesn't have to be that you go out and speak to the masses and speak out, on stage, but if that is your calling, that is for you. But it is speaking in whatever form or whatever way, that is, whether that is in your own community, in your own family, it's how you want to express yourself right now and what you want to say and not hold back, from, especially if you want to speak about your own healthy boundaries and keeping your own self-care and being able to express it in that way. And your throat chakra is also your creative space as well, because that is all part of the divine expression, is our own creative force that we hold within ourselves. It is our authenticity. And So this is our form of our own unique self-expression of our own soul while we are still in this physical body in this, lifetime and on this journey as to our, what it is that our soul wishes to speak in that moment, which is all interconnected to divine source, the all that is. Yeah, so there is, so much potency to this throat chakra that can create waves of, motivation, inspiration, activation, or triggering. And triggering is the same as activation, but we no longer need to be silenced or shut down. We can now speak our truth and let us unleash our throat chakra to the world. Yes, so this is what I want to communicate, the honesty of our own divine expression within ourselves. So, yeah, I definitely feel like what I was experiencing, what I feel that others were going through it is a form of reset and a rewiring to realign ourselves to the new earth frequencies. And so that would mean even if you end up losing your voice, or you may feel like your throat is just scratchy, or, it's just even if you get sick, because even when we're sick, that is like another form of an upgrade and a reset. Because what happens is that in a lot of times, our cells are always changing, and this is scientifically shown, right? And that our cells are always renewing themselves at a very constant I would say probably in seconds or milliseconds, but very, very fast. And so with this acceleration of these new frequencies of energies, it is so accelerated. And so we may feel sick in a moment, but it may go through much faster than it would have been in the old frequency energies because a lot of our cells are being renewed. So you could say that you're getting a brand new throat chakra or brand new vocal cords because our vocal cords, which are part of our, throat chakra, have their own very unique vibratory sounds to them. And so I feel like every time, like even last year, 2023, when I went through this whole throat chakra reset as well, where I kind of lost my voice too, that when I came out of it, my vocal cord and the sounds sounded very different. And I'm feeling that right now too. And it's going to readjust itself in a certain way. And I feel like I just have this really strong desire and this big impulse to want to speak more in public because, that is more in my calling, in my heart that I've had, for a while. I'm not saying that this is for everybody, but it may be. And so, these are the things to just be aware of and be consciously aware of, where it is that your heart is pulling you. Um, so of course, when you're in the moment, that is a moment that you need for that self-care and that self-nurturing as well, and giving yourself the self-love and um, the space that you need for that to unravel itself. So also, like the other thing too, like when we have like certain shoulder pains, um, or like even like around the throat chakra, like certain pains around, the shoulders or in our neck, around the head, then a lot of the times, because it also is associated with this whole rewiring of this whole throat chakra area as well. And I also was feeling a lot of shoulder pain too before I lost my voice. So now I don't even feel the pain anymore on my shoulder. And so I really feel like there was this big readjustment that was happening. And so that is, what's happening in us as well. Um, so I want to share these three special techniques though to pretty much take away from this so that if you're experiencing this, helping you get through it much easier, much more in grace way. Um, so the number one thing is very important is that rest is so key. And so this is the other area that I was reflecting on because I did so much last year and moving from the East Coast to the West Coast was a very big deal for me and it was very energy draining as well, but I didn't really give my body the care that I needed to really give it rest. And so in that way, having, this whole silent with my voice going away, it gave me this whole reflection on remembrance and this whole lesson on getting more rest when needed. And so that means creating more of these healthy boundaries, or just maintaining those healthy boundaries and being more enforcing about them in whatever way that is, to get my rest and get the time and the break that I need, even when I'm working so hard. Just find and carve out that time. And so I did set that intention for this year, though, also when I was going through that moment, to get more of that rest this year and just make time for that. So that is number one. Number two is to trust the flow of what wants to come out. So whatever is being released in that moment is just a matter of just giving it trust and just trusting that the universe is helping and getting you the healing that you need. And also just asking for assistance through your angels and anybody else who you feel you resonate with. During that time that I was, like that, I did a lot of energy work, and I did ask Archangel Raphael to help with a lot of that clearing. And, Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing energy. And every night you can ask for this just to help you heal during the night while you're sleeping. And you will feel a big difference and shift when you wake up. And because during sleep is when we are, more of letting go. We're not so controlling, and that is, over analyzing when we're awake. So in sleeping, it's easier to just let go and just let the energies do its work. So just setting the intention before you go to sleep at night to ask Archangel Raphael to help you with any form of healing through your throat chakra and your heart chakra, and help you feel refreshed in the morning. And honestly, this did help me a lot to accelerate a lot of my healing and getting my voice a lot faster as well. And of course, having to take the proper care as well through food and water and anything else that you need to help, the throat as well. And the final thing, number three, is to take the time to journal. And just journaling and connecting to your higher guidance, and connecting with your throat chakra, to ask your throat chakra what it's telling you, what it's teaching you, or what it's doing, or if it's some activation message happening at this moment. And it will express itself through writing. And I would recommend automatic writing and just being in this attunement within yourself and just letting your flow of message come through. Now, it's important to know that all the chakras are actually a guide also. So they do, each one of them also has their own voice and their own guidance. And so doing this practice with your own throat chakra will definitely also create a bond with one another. And so this is, something that I did myself when I was in this moment of like silent retreat. So I do hope that these help you, and I am wishing you all the best, and I guess happy reset and happy rewiring and releasing of the old energies from the old earth, and welcoming in these new frequencies of energies within ourselves, creating this new human that we are, being much more of this greater light body and connecting more with our I am presence and our own higher guidance. I am sending you love, and I'll be connecting with you in another episode very soon. Take care.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to click like, save, and share with others so they can also experience what you just experienced. And stay tuned for some more high vibe episodes. And I'll be connecting with you in the next quantum field. Sending you so much love.